Hello and welcome to SoCal Prep Report with Eric Sotheimer of the LA Times. I'm Randy Rosenbaum. We're at the LA City Section office today. A little later in the show, we're going to have a nice interview with the commissioner here at the City Section, John Aguirre. Eric, we want to talk about some of these bowl football games, these regional bowls that were played. I know Narbonne came in undefeated, went to San Diego, played Cathedral Catholic, the Dons, and came up a little short, 35-28.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that Cathedral was so effective running the ball on Narbonne. I felt that Narbonne, nobody had been able to run them all year, but they were tremendous. Narbonne didn't wake up until the second half, too many penalties in the first half. It came down to one play, and Cathedral was able to blitz and sack Jalen Chapman on the final play to prevent a potential game-tying touchdown.
Yeah, Cathedral Catholic is a very smart, savvy football team. Their offensive line did a really nice job, undersized. They blocked for Sean Poma, who rushed for 4 touchdowns. But Narbonne did show character, coming from 3 touchdowns back to tie it, only to lose in the end.
Yeah, they just had a great season. Manny Douglas has really put that program on the map. They're going to be good again next season. Of course, Chapman's only a junior. They have some very good receivers back. I was really impressed with Cathedral. You know, the son of Michael Haynes, he was the quarterback, Trent Haynes, and Michael Haynes went to Marshall High, and he set up in the stands, and I think was a little torn because of the City Section loyalty, but very impressed with Narbonne and Cathedral.
Another regional game was at Sierra Canyon. They played LA High, which was the Division II champion. Narbonne got in as the D1 champion. LA lost here 21-6. Their defense played really well again just in the fourth quarter. Sierra Canyon, undefeated, was the better football team in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, LA's High's offense has been inconsistent, passing the ball in particular. They weren't able to run it, so they were really stuck. They hung in there until Bobby Cole broke off a run.
Over 100 yards for Cole.
Right, and he's a good player, and Sierra Canyon has a great chance this weekend to win. But LA High, Eric Scott, what can you say about the guy? He's just reestablished that program as one of the best in the city. They would have been in Division I and would have been one of the top 3 teams if they were.
Yeah, they had 5 turnovers and too many penalties in this game. Isaiah Johnson was picked off 4 times, but that's a credit to Sierra Canyon. Give them a lot of credit. Coach Ellinghouse does a nice job with the Trailblazers. Franklin went into a regional bowl. The other team from the city section, they lost to Rancho Christian. At least Franklin had a game at home. They lost the game 56-21. Solis had a touchdown on offense and defense for the Panthers, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it was a great year for Franklin. The whole community was excited. They won the city title, and I'm excited to see David Tejas move from football to baseball. He's going to be out there stealing a lot of bases this spring.
Yeah, I was happy for Tejas, who, again, they lost in the baseball finals at Dodger Stadium to Eagle Rock. Mejia, the big offensive lineman's also on that baseball team, the first baseman. So I was pleased that they at least got an opportunity to win a championship this year. I do want to talk about a game that was phenomenal played in San Diego. This was a game with Madison High School, who seems to come from behind, a team from San Diego, this Madison school, every week. Terrell Carter's this unbelievable quarterback, leads them back to victories, and they came from 19 down in the fourth quarter to beat Calabasas.
Yeah, that was a stunning game. They made a 46-yard field goal on the final play of regulation, and then Calabasas, they had to stop Calabasas on the final play, a drop pass for Calabasas, but both teams really played their hearts out.
Yeah, Gebbia threw for what? Close to 600
over 500
yards
and finished his career with over 13,000 yards passing.
Yeah, 7 touchdowns. He was picked off a few times. When you throw it that many times, you're going to get picked off. A mention to J.T. Daniels. A shout-out to J.T., the quarterback at Mater Dei. The Gatorade State Player of the Year, hit 75% of his passes, 67 touchdowns, and nearly 5,000 yards. What a year.
Yeah, phenomenal. Only a 10th grader. No 10th grader has really done as well as he's done, and he's called all the plays. Really remarkable season, and he was well-deserved to get that honor. 4.1 GPA.
Yeah, he's a great student-athlete. I also want to mention Cameron Perry, who was the East Valley League Player of the Year. Again, that leads us to Grant, and Grant High School had a fabulous football season in the East Valley. They went 12-1. We're going to step out. When we come back, John Aguirre, the commissioner of the section here in Los Angeles, will be with us. That's next on SoCal Prep Report.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Always a pleasure to visit with the commissioner in his 4th year of the LA City section. That's John Aguirre. John, always is a pleasure to see you. You know, I know when you took the job over 4 years ago, you sensed that there would be a lot of challenges in place. What is your greatest challenge currently?
Well, Randy, first I want to say thank you, and thank you, Eric, for joining us today and inviting me to be on the program. Always welcome the opportunity to talk to you both. In terms of your question, there's a ton of challenges, and they're continuing to evolve. One leads to another. But today, our governance structure within our section, we're still trying to solidify being a true independent CIF section and operate as an independent nonprofit organization that gives the power to our membership. So we're evolving into a league structure where there'd be representation from each league to our board of managers and our executive committee that will make the decisions of our organization. So that's going to take effect beginning next fall, and we're right now in the process of finalizing and identifying who the representatives of the leagues will be. So that's probably key on my list. In terms of the operation of our organization, challenges come from whether it's transfers, whether it's hardships, whether it's the start of a new program such as cheer. We've instituted, we're committed to starting a cheer competition next year. We've formulated a advisory of current cheer advisors or cheer instructors who are sort of guiding us through that process. We hope to have something in place probably this March or April in terms of a draft of what we're going to do next year for the schools. And we're looking forward to it. We think it's going to be very exciting. Some of the legal issues that come up, and there's plenty of them, whether they be section-oriented, state-oriented, or from the state governance assembly or senate. All of those are challenging, and you have to watch what you're doing, how you're doing it nowadays, because everything is so legalistic. The litigious society, first thing every parent wants to do when they hear the word no or you can't play is to challenge it. So we have to be ready for those challenges. We have to make smart decisions. We have to be in front of issues before they happen. And that's what we're attempting to do. And it is a challenge with the limited staff that we have. But, we have an excellent team at every position who's all willing to give everything they have to make sure it gets done.
One of the issues that I see developing is sportsmanship. There's been a long time issue of character counts. It's been the marketing tool of the state and the sections to try and get people to show sportsmanship. But I've noticed that behavior is deteriorating. We had an issue in the championship game, and we've had other issues with people leaving the field, leaving the benches. How do you try to get these coaches to drill into these players that there's consequences for not behaving?
Sports has always had a opportunity to provide direction to kids that are life lessons, things they can take with them through the rest of their life. I was just in a restaurant yesterday, and I'm sitting next to these two gentlemen that I don't know them and they don't know me, but they're having this conversation. And one was probably in his late 50s, early 60s. The other one was in his mid 40s. And their conversation was centered on their high school sports experience and the values that it gave to them and the competitiveness they had and the discipline and the perseverance and the overcoming, and all of those things have to be included in an athletic program. That's what we're about, to include opportunity of resource for academic success. Coaches need to buy into the mission of the high school that they're working for. It's not an independent win at all cost. So I think we just have to keep promoting. And I gotta reassure everybody, it is not the norm that there is lack of discipline. That is the exception. But it does occur. And those are the schools and those are the coaches that we just have to keep promoting and encouraging and offering the support that's necessary to get everybody to buy in, because it takes somebody who's willing to stand out and be alone to say, we're not going to do this, and it's unacceptable, and here's the line. And if you cross the line, this is what's the result going to be.
Just finished a great football season for the city section. No state titles. I know you got one last year with Narbonne, but Narbonne did repeat as a city champion. Another championship team was LA again, the second one for them in 3 years, and Franklin won Division III. I know there's talk about a potential open division. How serious are those talks?
Well, first I got to say I'm very proud of our teams that won our section championships and their performance and competitiveness at the state level. We offer 3 divisions, and obviously Narbonne, I think, was able to compete with anybody in the state. They came up short this year, but they showed a good progress. They competed against a great team, one of the top 5 teams in the state, and I think they promoted our section in terms of the caliber that we do have. LA competed very well against Sierra Canyon. I thought they played an outstanding game. Fell short again. I think Sierra Canyon in the fourth quarter just did better than LA did. And Franklin, one of the reasons we went to the competitive equity model in our division alignment was to give opportunity to all schools, and that competition in Division III really allows for schools who normally don't get those opportunities to experience it. And I think the buzz on campus at Franklin High School, the buzz in the community of Highland Park was overwhelmed with supporting that program. So it makes for the experience of participation in sports and coming to school every day and being a part of the community just that much greater. So I think all in all, we did a great job, and it's fun, it's a challenge, and it's something that these kids will remember the rest of their lives in terms of competing at the highest level.
What about an open division, though, potentially down the road? Those were Divisions 1, 2, and 3.
Right. Open division is serious discussion right now amongst the coaches. We're looking for ways to combat a couple of things. One is the disparity in ability, obviously. We've got the competitive equity model, so Division 1 right now, you take 4 or 5 teams that we have, and they're just way better than the other ones. We've used this model in basketball and volleyball. So it's something that I think is spreading within our section, that looking at pulling them up into an open division, making it a little bit more competitive amongst those remaining in Division 1, allowing for more people to be moved up into Division 1 and have that opportunity to compete at the highest level. But it's in discussion right now, where it's going to go. All depends, one, on the agreement of the coaches and the advisory to bring forward a written proposal to take to our board of managers to make a final decision. I'm in support of something to get our best teams together and allow for more opportunities among the rest. If you looked at the first round within our section playoffs, I thought the largest margin of victory occurred in the first round. And that's telling me that there's some teams that are just that much better than others within that division. So we can't dwindle the number in Division 1, but we can move some of them out. And I think that's a direction to consider.
John, thanks for the time as always. Congratulations on having another fine year. 2017 will be a good one, I'm sure, for the LA City section. We'll talk to you soon.
I wish you guys the happiest of holidays and happy Hanukkah, and it should be a great new year come 2017.
That's John Aguirre, the commissioner of the LA City section. More on SoCal Prep Report right after this.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Clark Field. I'm Rich Estrella. We're here for the Southern Section Report, and I'm standing here with Mario Morales, the head coach of St. Anthony, and his Saints are going to the state championships. Coach, first of all, congratulations. You guys made it all the way. Got one more game to win.
Well, I hope we can win that game. We're excited. It's pretty cool times around. Everyone's really excited, and we're looking forward to Saturday night.
Mario, everybody around here has got to be tickled pink about what's going on here with your football program. St. Anthony, let's just put it this way. They haven't been a football power very long. I believe your last championship was, 60-something years ago or possibly?
Yeah, 68 to be exact. 1948 was the last CIF championship.
I was guessing.
So we've heard
Yeah.
a lot about that team, which was a phenomenal team. You know, we know the history on them, but yeah, we're excited that we got a championship this year, and again, we're hoping to maybe add to that with the state championship this year.
When I was looking at your schedule this year, I couldn't believe you guys were taking on the likes of Long Beach Wilson. That was, by the way, one of only 2 losses on your schedule. Long Beach Wilson's got about 4,500 students in it. Your school's got about 500, so a huge David versus Goliath situation. But you guys been able to hang with just about everybody you've played this year. Program's doing really well right now.
We feel it is, Rich. It's been a building process.
Yeah.
But part of that building process was we wanted to play, you know, the public schools around here in the area. In the past, St. Anthony had played Wilson back in the 80s. And, you know, me being at Wilson prior to here, I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot and play these guys and see how we do. And Mark Ziegenhagen's a great guy over there, Coach Ziggy,
Right.
and he and I coached together. And, you know, I thought, you know, why not do it? We have a great relationship and just see what happens. And fortunately for us, we've been competitive in those games, especially this year.
Well, not just them. You get Valley Christian's a state competitor. They lost in the semis last week. Had they won, they would have been playing in the state championships this week. So you had a real quality schedule. So, and again, you played above your school's pay grade quite a bit this year with schools that have big reputations.
You know, Valley Christian, I really believe that had those 2 players, Gianni Hurd and the other receiver kid, been eligible, they'd be practicing this week. And but regardless, you know, they're not. But the point is they're a very
No,
good
a
football
good, solid team.
And they had a
Good
wonderful
coaching.
year. And Woody Grayson's done a phenomenal job with those guys. So, yeah, we were tested with them. We did end up losing to them. But I was proud of our guys that night. We had a lot of guys go down, about 4 guys go down. But the bottom line was we still kind of hung in there and we made it close at the end. But they're a great football team and a great program.
Talk about last week's game, Yorba Linda. What did you like? What didn't you like?
You know what I liked is that our guys held composure. They kept their composure. They started to make a run, Yorba Linda did, and our guys just said, you know what, we're going to be okay. They kept composed, and they hung in there, and then we got big touchdown there before the half, which was a huge momentum boost for us when they were starting to make their run. So that was a big thing. They just kept hanging in there. They kept their composure, and then second half, the confidence just emerged, and they just did a wonderful job.
You like having a test like that going into a championship game?
I don't know if I like a test like that, but you know, we always like to face a little bit of adversity only because it shows what kind of kids we have. And I'm so confident in our kids, how they respond to adversity. It's the composure piece that we've really been preaching from day one here. Because, you know, this is just a game of football. We're trying to prepare them for later on in life and the things that they're going to deal with. But, yeah, when it's competitive like that, we've got to be tested. That's okay.
So this week your opponent is Pleasant Valley. I've heard that name a lot. So these guys have a rich football tradition. What do you know about your opponent? What can you tell us?
Well, Rich, they're big and they're physical, and they like to run the ball a lot. They throw the ball pretty well, but we're going to be tested up front. Their linemen are big, like I said, and they're pretty physical. We're going to accept the challenge. You know, I think that our guys can play pretty well because, you know, it is the last game of the year. But they do run the ball, like I said. They come from a very tough conference up there in the Northern Division. There's some good football played up there, and they're out of Chico, and that's a tough area. So we're expecting a battle, to be honest with you. We're not taking them lightly by any means. We respect them tremendously, and we'll see what happens Saturday night.
Do you think playing up out of league at the start of the season has helped you when you get in the playoffs and then have a moment like this one?
I believe so. Because like I said earlier, we've been tested. The Wilson game was a close game, and again, like you mentioned earlier, they have 4,000 plus students.
Big school.
But the bottom line is that our kids hung tough with those guys. We were tested, and although we didn't win that game, we just felt that we can play with the public schools that have a bigger enrollment. It's just like Pleasant Valley.
All right, Coach, who do we have here sitting in the wings here?
We have John Buxa, our quarterback.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
First of all, congratulations on your season.
Thank you.
So I guess some of your wildest dreams are being realized right now. You're living a good dream right now.
Yes, sir. It's crazy.
Did you guys think coming into this season it would be, as good as it has been? Because it has been pretty good.
Yeah, we have a great team full of playmakers. We have a great offensive line, defensive line, great skill guys on both sides of the ball. So it just makes the job easier for me.
What's your strength on this team?
Physicality and speed. No one can top our physicality, or no one can match with our speed that we have on the field.
So you guys go all, last year, you come into this season, you guys are working out all summer, man. What were you guys thinking? Seriously, what was the goal?
The goal was to win the CIF championship, and then when we were told we had the shot to go for regionals and state, we were just in shock. And, we had to take the opportunity, and now we're taking it.
Now, I was talking with Coach earlier. We said you guys were tested by playing up a little bit, playing some bigger schools around here, and typically schools don't do that. Right. I don't want to sit there and, I got 500 kids in my whole school. We're going to take on, the United States Navy or something like that. Pretty much you guys took on the bigger ones. You felt that helped a lot?
Yeah, I think it helped us be prepared for the playoffs and for the CIF Championship, and now being prepared for the state championship.
Yeah, when you got schools with that many people, you got a lot of depth usually.
Yeah,
They'll throw it at you.
Right.
Okay, what do you know about your opponent this week? Can you tell us anything without giving any fire? And don't feel any fire now. Just complimentary. What do they have?
They're good in size. They probably outsize us up front and skill wise, but I feel with us we can outdo them with our speed.
Have you been outsized and outskilled this year by other teams?
Yes, sir.
All right, and everything was okay, right?
Yeah, we went out there, we fought, we battled, and we came out with the win.
All right. Hey, real quick, talk about last week's win with Yorba Linda. What was it like walking off that field knowing you guys are going to the championship game?
It was unbelievable, to be honest. Coming here and just winning a regional championship with this team, it's a family over here, so it was real fun.
Compare that last week's feeling to the CIF Championship, and what do you got?
Mutual. It's the same.
Thing,
yeah.
All right. Listen, Johnny Buxa, congratulations, man. Great football name, Buxa, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you down the road.
Thank you.
All right, we're talking with BJ Busby, and BJ is pretty much an all-purpose guy. Plays offense, plays defense. What do you like playing the best?
Receiver.
Receiver? Why's that?
Get the ball in my hands in space.
You like hitting people on defense?
Yes, sir.
So you look like you got to be a corner, safety. What do you do?
Corner, safety, both.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell us about your team. What are some of the strengths? What are some of the weaknesses?
Strengths, a lot. Physicality, speed. Weaknesses, we don't really have any, period.
That's good.
So, yeah.
You guys just hard working, huh?
Yes, sir.
So at what point did it click for you guys as far as you knew you had something special here at St. Anthony?
Off-season work, a lot of guys calling up each other, coming out here, wanting to get better, work on themselves skill-wise, linemen too. So, yeah.
Last week's win, pretty satisfying for you? I mean, compare that to the CIF Championship because you get to go to state finals now.
Last week was really fun. CIF Championship, that was a close game. Shouldn't have been that close, just a lot of penalties. But last week was really fun.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll call you state champ next week, huh? We're now talking with Jake Corbin, and Jake Corbin is a offensive and defensive lineman here at St. Anthony. And Jake, first of all, congratulations, man. You guys are going to the finals.
Yep, it's a pretty amazing feeling to actually be going to the finals for the first time in St. Anthony history, and it's pretty amazing feeling knowing that you're going to be the first one to actually do it for the school.
Yeah, I've been asking all the kids here, what was more satisfying, winning the CIF Championship a couple weeks ago or winning that game last week knowing you're going to state, man?
I feel like going to state's a lot more important to me because it's like no one's ever done it here.
Right.
Like CIF was definitely amazing to win since the last time was 1948.
Yeah.
And that was pretty crazy. But we
want to run, man.
But we've always been saying though, we want to be the first team. We don't want to be the second team to actually do it. We want to be the first team. So winning state would make us the first team ever.
Now, you go both ways.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I definitely prefer offense because I definitely like to think more than actually have to react. And I like to be able to know what I'm doing and know who I have to block.
So you can execute?
Yeah, definitely. I love it when I'm able to just blow someone completely off the line, just completely destroy them, and just watch them get up and all pissed off, and them just trying to think I just lost to that guy. It's a pretty amazing feeling.
All right, you may like being an offensive lineman better, but what are you better at, offense or defense?
Definitely offense.
All right,
I like my offensive skills.
Well, when you have a passion for something, you're going to be better at it, and obviously, you like pancaking people, and like you said, getting up, looking in your back rearview mirror and seeing where all the dust is. I got it, man. Tell us about this team. When did you know that this team had something special going?
I knew we had something special from the very end of last season when we lost in the first round. I definitely knew that we can actually do this because last time we didn't have as much leadership, and now knowing that we actually have the leadership to actually be able to do this, it's a pretty amazing feeling knowing that we can actually go all the way now.
Now, your most satisfying moment this year?
Probably winning that CIF championship so far, but I definitely think winning that state would definitely be a lot more.
Of course it would. Are you kidding me? Everybody's going to be watching, man. Well, listen, it's been a great ride. You're one of the few guys that are going to play in the last game, man. Good luck. Go get them.
I appreciate it.
All right, we got a couple more athletes here as we're pressed on time from here from St. Anthony High School. We got Freddie Arroyo over here. Freddie, what do you play?
Safety.
Safety?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. How you been enjoying your season so far?
It's been good, just going through the season and then getting to the point where we're at now, state championship.
Okay.
It's been great. It's a cool experience.
All right, we got Nico Regus here with us. And Nico, what's your position? I know I was kidding with you. I say you're defensive tackle, but nah.
Play slot, running back, kick returner, punt returner, corner. That's about it. Yeah.
So talk about your team this year, man. You guys have done quite a bit. You guys have done unprecedented things here. No other teams here have ever done at St. Anthony. How do you feel about that?
It was just all the hard work that we put in over the summer. It was just great to finally, it pays off, and it was great for everyone to come together as a bond and keep this thing going. Still one more week, but we feel like it'll be really good to just finish this off the right way.
Freddie, I've been asking everybody, man, what was more satisfying, CIF championship or getting the berth to the finals when that final gun sounded last week against Yorba Linda?
To me, and I'm pretty sure to everybody here, it was getting to the state championship. CIF, it was good. That's what we wanted, but now we want the state. That's the real prize. Yes, sir.
How about you, Nico?
Actually, to me, it was a CIF because, that in 1948, that's a long time, and just everyone out there is a long travel, hour away or so. Everyone out there wanting to jump on the field, go on the field. Everyone's crying. It was crazy. But state's also the ultimate goal, and not many teams can say that they're state champions. So that's what we want to do.
Well, take a look at these two guys. These guys are legends, man, because these guys are taking St. Anthony to the promised land. They are taking them places they have never been before. I'm already excited, man. I'm already blowing my lines here. But, hey, guys, really congratulations on all the hard work, and we'll look forward to seeing how you do this week.
Thank you.
All right, man. Congratulations. Nico and Freddie. All right, Coach, come on in, man. Let's wrap this thing up. Coach, once again, congratulations getting to the finals, man. We wish you nothing but success at that game. I know it's going to be tough, but you guys are prepared, man. You guys have done all the work already.
Well, you know what? That's what we're hoping. We put the kids in spots where we feel they can succeed, and at this point, it's been a long season, Rich. It really has. It's been a grind. 16 weeks. That's an NFL season, and 18 if you count the 2 weeks prior. But yeah, we're excited. So hopefully we put a good product out on Saturday night, and we come out victorious.
All right, man. Congratulations once again. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Rich.
All right, Coach Morales has been joining us today from St. Anthony High School. As you heard, his team will be in the state finals this week. We will take you out with the other divisions that will be playing this week for a state championship. St. John Bosco, of course, from Bellflower, just up the street here from Coach Morales' place, and San Clemente High School also vying for a CIF Southern Section, a CIF State Championship from the Southern Section. All right, from the Southern Section Report, I'm Rich Estrella saying so long from Clark Field here at St. Anthony's.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere will bring us wireless emergency alerts. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The big game, St. John Bosco in Sacramento to take on De La Salle, the name in prep football.
De La Salle.
De La Salle.
Okay, well, I'm still taking St. John Bosco. They have played remarkably well the last couple weeks. Only one turnover in beating Corona, Centennial, and Mater Dei. Real Mitchell, the junior quarterback, has been playing well, but most importantly, their offensive line has done great. Now, I think that De La Salle certainly can beat them. A lot of people think because of the comparing scores, De La Salle almost lost to Servite, whereas St. John Bosco scored 70 points on Servite. They think it's not going to be a game. Not true. De La Salle has improved immensely since earlier in the season. They've had 2 weeks to prepare, so it will be an excellent game.
And the weather will be good in Sacramento. I know Eric's going to be there. Happy holidays. We're going to take a little bit of a break. There'll be the best of shows throughout the holidays. We'll be back in January. But have a good holiday.
Thank you. I'm definitely taking a vacation. It's been a long football season.
You need the vacation.
Thank you.
Especially after working with me.
Definitely.
For Eric, I'm Randy. We'll see you next time right here on SoCal Prep Report.